My favorite thing about being a mom.
That is a loaded question.
The best thing about being a mom is when your child smiles at you for the first time.
The unconditional love.
What does it mean to be a mom? Fulfilling.
I get to love them and show them that.
I always knew I wanted to be a mom. It took a while for me to get there. Growing up, I always told my mom, I want 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, set of twins somewhere in there. And I had everything mapped out. And as I kept getting older and older, that started to shift. Well, maybe I consider egg retrieval, and I thought, why am I holding back with just egg retrieval? Why don't I just go for the whole thing? I was ready, and I was at a point where I was comfortable doing it by myself. And somebody else mentioned, there's plenty of single mothers by choice. And I just, the more I kept thinking about it, the more it just felt right.
In the beginning, I enjoyed being a stepmom. I met my stepson when he was 2 years old. So it was like we were already creating a friendship in the beginning. And then after my husband and I got married, it felt like everything just did a whole 180. I was just obsessed with being the perfect stepmom, when deep down inside I was miserable. But thankfully, due to a supportive husband and therapy, I was able to rediscover myself and just learn how to take each day at a time. After having Tori, I had to learn how to balance stepmom life and mom life together.
And Mother's Day of that year was when I submitted my application to be a foster mom. And so it was kind of a fun little turn of events. I just kind of finally, that was what gave me the courage. I guess that day was special, and I'm like, I'm going to do it. I can figure it out.
Kind of a big blended family now. Every child deserves a loving and safe home. There's so much fear, there's so many unknowns in foster care, but there's also wonderful love, and that's what the kids deserve.
Before we met each other, we were like, maybe kids. And then when we met, we were like, oh yeah, this could work. I can see this happening.
Yeah.
Like, this seems like fun.
Yeah.
It's called IUI, which is like, so basically like at home with a known donor. We actually both tried, we alternated months of trying because we were like, both open to carrying. And so I tried like it for a few months, and then on the second try, Taylor Ray was pregnant.
The advice that I would give to anyone who wanted to become a parent is find your community. When we found our community first, everyone has been just so supportive, and it makes the journey of parenthood so much easier to have people in your corner who are there for you.
Advise other moms or women who are considering adoption and becoming a mom that way to be open and kind of let go of control, because sometimes God's plan is better than ours. I would have never guessed my journey would turn out the way it did, and it surely wasn't what I planned for, but it ended up being far more than I ever would have dreamed or planned.
I think if someone is considering wanting to be a single mom by choice, don't be afraid to ask questions. I think a lot of women, it's so taboo to talk about any of the process. And I think it's even stronger for those that want to do it without a partner in the picture.
You have to be brave in order to be a stepmom, well, a mom in general, because there are going to be times when you're like, I can't do this, but you can.